Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, Fit Beautiful Life. I'm Angel. Today I will be doing the Get to Know Me Q&A. So before I begin, I just want to say that I just got back from Florida. I'm also getting over being sick, so please bear with my voice. But other than that, let's just get started. So the first question is why start a YouTube channel? And there are actually a couple things that play into why I decided to start a YouTube channel. First being that I started my natural journey my freshman year, the second semester, and as I was starting and growing my hair out and progressing, people were noticing, and they were just like, you know what, like we're always asking you questions, and like you always seem to be able to help us, and you're very helpful. Like I really feel like you should start a YouTube channel. And at first, it was kind of like my confidence wasn't there, so it was kind of like, do I really want to start a YouTube channel? And I was thinking about the wrong things. I was thinking about, like, what if people don't watch it? Or, you know, like things that weren't important. And then I finally got over it, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel regardless, because it'll be a way for me to document my journey. And I'm sure that people will find it helpful, and you know, we can make it a community. So, you know, I just wanted to be able to start it and be helpful. And it's going to focus on 3 different topics. Like, it'll focus on natural hair, fitness, and just life in general. So, like, you know, I feel like it'll be able to help more than just one specific group of people. So that's the ultimate goal for me. Also, why it took me so long was, 1, because of the confidence thing. And 2, also, I was in school. I just graduated, and so at the time, I felt like if I started it, I wouldn't be able to be consistent, and I wouldn't be able to give my all. And I don't like to do things halfway, so I didn't want to start it if I wasn't going to be able to keep up with it. So now I'm able to focus on it like I need to. Next is, how old are you? I am 22. I will be 23 October 6th. If you guys want to send me gifts, by all means, let me know, okay? Next is, where are you from? I am from York, PA, not New York. You have no idea how many times people ask me where I'm from, and I say York, and they say New York, and I have to let them down and be like, no, it is York, PA. It's this tiny little area that not too many people have heard of. But it's like everybody in York knows each other, so it's its own little like area. It's cute, and I grew up there, so yeah, that's where I'm from. Next is, what is your nationality/race? I am Black. I don't know too much about my ancestry. That is something that I would like to look into later on in life when I have a career and can afford to do that. But yeah, so that's about it. Next is, what do you put in your hair? That will be a separate video, because I will post about my like weekly routine, monthly routine. Anytime I switch it up and decide to do a new routine, I will let you guys know, and there will be a new video. So what I know, you will know. Next is, what's your favorite song at the moment? So I'm going to let you guys know from the beginning, I am not the type to have favorites when it comes to anything. So I have a daily playlist that I play, and that's a collection of songs that I enjoy. And what I could do is make videos about my playlist, and you guys should just let me know if that's something you would be interested in. But yeah, I have multiple playlists. Most of them come from friends, mainly one friend, my best friend. So next is, what's your favorite food? Once again, no favorites. So, but if I have to choose, I will choose Chinese food, and more specifically sesame chicken. I was getting General Tso chicken a lot, but I knew that I needed to switch it up, because I've been getting General Tso chicken since I moved to Philly 4 years ago. And I decided, you know, let's switch it up. You know, you keep getting the same thing. So I started getting sesame chicken, and it's like, at least where I go and they make it, it tastes like almost like General Tso chicken, but it's like less sweet, so it's like perfect, because I'm not really into sweets like that, so like it's just perfect. Next is, what do you like to do in your free time? So I am very into fitness, and so especially this year, my senior year was rough, because it was like crunch time, so I couldn't really work out how I wanted to, which was like devastating. But now I graduated. It's summer. I'm back in the gym. I also go. I plan on going again with my friend Chantel. She's taking summer courses right now, so like I kind of gotta wait for her to let me know when she can go. But for the most part, I go by myself. I go on campus. There's like a couple of gyms on campus, and there's also a gym in my apartment, which is very convenient and made me very happy because it's kind of like it makes you get up. Like you have no excuse, you know. The gym is right downstairs. So I try to go to the gym at least 3 to 4 times a week. I just got back from vacation, so I have to get my schedule back together. But rather than that, yeah, that's my favorite thing to do in my free time. Also, I like to do my hair. It's very therapeutic to me, as well as working out. But like, especially during the year when I was stressing, to end the week, I would just do my hair. Even though it takes a while, it's kind of like it gives you time to just think and like be focused on yourself and like pamper yourself. So like those are like 2 of the main things I like to do. And then if I'm not doing those 2 things, then I am usually watching a movie or a TV show on Netflix. So yeah. Next is who is your best friend, and it should say like who is your best friend / like person, but most of the time people don't know what my person is. It's actually a reference from Grey's Anatomy. But I would say that my best friend and my person is Devontae. We have been best friends for going on 4 years now. We met here at Temple, and he moved to Florida. That's who I was in Florida with. But no, he is my person. He is like my everything. We have a complicated life together, but we are always there for each other. So I would say he is my best friend. He is my person. He will be showing up in some of my videos from time to time whenever he decides to come up and whenever I go down to see him. But yeah, so that is who my best friend is. Next is, what's the hardest thing you've ever had to go through? So there's actually 2 things. One was the most recently this year, and then the other is from when I was about in 8th grade. My dad was in an accident. He used to be a truck driver, and he was on his way home to us, and he got in an accident during a hurricane. He survived it, but he ended up with like a brain injury and a concussion, so it left him disabled. And because of that, my mom was the only one working, which led us to, you know, be without a lot. And a lot of times people who know us or see us think we have this like very easy life, and it's just like, I don't know what you guys were seeing, because it was not easy. And it also caused me to have to grow up a lot sooner. So like I don't regret it. Do I wish my dad was able to work? Yes, but I feel as though everything happens for a reason. He led me into the career path that I am in, but I will go into that later on. But yeah, so I would say that was one of the hardest things I had to go through. Another thing was this year. This was the first time that I decided to live in an apartment instead of a dorm on campus, and I actually had moved here with a roommate I had known for 4 years, and we kind of fell off at the end, which was crazy. I never thought that would happen, but it did. And we also had another roommate, which I will probably do like story times and go into more detail about why it was rough, because it was many things that happened, but those 2 things were like the toughest I've ever went through. So yeah. Next is, where did your motivation / inspiration come from? And once again, one of the things is my father, being that I was able to see him on a daily basis, see what it was like for him to deal with his brain injury and concussion. Also seeing how doctors treated him and seeing how physical therapists treated him. That led me to want to be somebody, whatever decision or whatever part of the medical field I decided to go into, it led me to want to be a better person and be able to relate to my patients, even if I wasn't the one who actually went through it, to be able to see it and also like see it from their perspective, instead of, because like I know a lot of times you'll see like people who work and that's all they care about. They don't really care about the individual. So for me, when I go into my career path, a large part will be me being able to see it from their perspective, and I want to be able to help people. So, you know, that motivates me. Also, what most motivates me to be a YouTuber now is I want to be able to create a community for others to talk. Not even when it just comes to hair, when it comes to life in general, because I feel as though there's not a lot of talk about transitions. You know, when you transition from high school to college, and when you transition from college to the real world. Because I've seen, not only just for me, but other people who had just graduated. When we graduated, it kind of was like, it hit us hard. And for me especially, I sat there and I was just like, wow, like, I'm done. Like, what do I do after this? And it was weird, and it might sound weird, but it was kind of like, my life is mine, and I literally can do whatever I want, but I don't know what I want to do. And that's scary to think that you can do whatever you want, because you're in school. For me, I was in school for 17 years. I went to preschool and so on. So, like, you know, that was a very, very long time. And now it's kind of just like, where do I go from here? I do plan on going into graduate school or some other professional school, whatever I end up deciding. I do want to further my education. So before that, you know, I want to save up. I want to work. I want to be able to help pay for my graduate school. So, you know, but it's just weird to think that, you know, your life is your own. What do I do? You know, so those are things that I want to be able to talk about. And as I continue to progress in life, I want to be able to share that with you guys and be able to talk about the ups and downs, because I feel like on social media, a lot of times we just see people's successes. We don't see the struggle they had to go through to get to that point. And I feel like it's glamorized. Life is always glamorized when people have big houses and families and relationships and stuff. But it's just like, there are downs, you know, and I feel like it's okay to talk about that. So that's something that I want to be able to form for us all. You know, it's not just my channel, it's our channel. So yeah. Next is, are you single? And I am. Fun fact about me, I've never actually been in a relationship, ever. I've talked to people, but that's like talk, you know. I've never actually been in a relationship. Not really ever been like pressed to get into a relationship. You know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not really focused on getting into a relationship right now. I kind of just enjoying being by myself and learning who I am as a person. I feel as though it's important to learn to love yourself before you can love anybody else. And, you know, for me, what I have with my best friend, my person, Devontae, is enough. And he has his own life and he does what he wants to do, and it's just, what we have is good. I don't really look to go talk to anybody else or be in a relationship with anybody else. If it happens, like I said, it happens. I have a lot. It's a struggle, as you will see in my fitness videos and stuff. A lot of times I run into the problem of guys seeing my body first and they don't want to learn anything else. And for some reason in their mentality, they think that all I want or all I am good for, or they think it's about sex, and it's not. So for me, I run into the issue of finding somebody who actually wants more. So, you know, that's something also that we could talk about a lot. And talk about like talking to other people, relationships, and like how sometimes you may be on one page and they may be on another. So that's another like story time or whatever. We can form like a community or set times or days that we can talk about these types of things. So yeah, I'm single, bottom line. Next is, do you have a nickname? So my immediate family has nicknames for me. I don't think people in general, like my other friends, do, but my sister doesn't say Angel. A lot of times she'll say like Angel. So she calls me Joe sometimes, and then my mom and dad, they call me Ange sometimes, but my name is so short, it's Angel, and that's perfectly fine with me. I don't really like need a nickname. Next is, what is your zodiac sign? I'm a Libra. I don't know too much about horoscopes and zodiac signs and stuff like that, but I would like to learn more because I actually do find it interesting. But yeah, I'm a Libra. Next is, what is your favorite color? And once again, I do not have one specific color. I do have top two. So my first color, even though they say it's not a color, is black and then maroon, as you can see. I also enjoy like colors like gray. I like darker colors. I do try to switch it up sometimes and wear like brighter colors, but for the most part, you will catch me in some dark colors, no matter what season it is. Next is, what is your favorite snack? I don't know what that noise was. That was kind of scary. But my favorite snacks would be like popcorn. Whenever I go to the movies, I will get popcorn. I will buy microwavable popcorn. Like, I just love popcorn. And also sun chips and Cool Ranch Doritos. So those are like the top 3 of mine. Next is, what are your pet peeves slash turn-offs? And I could probably make a whole video separate of like pet peeves and turn-offs, but some of mine would be like people smacking their food and slurping. Those are like my number 2, like the top 2 that will like set me off. I don't like it. And also, I don't like when people cut me off when I'm talking, because I feel like I wait for people to finish what they have to say, and I feel like you should return the favor. So those are 2 things for me that it's just like, those 3 things. Those are things that I do not like. So yeah. Next is, how many piercings slash tattoos do you have? I don't have any tattoos at the moment. I do want to get a tattoo of a sunflower on my wrist. Or somewhere else. I'm thinking about, no matter where I get tattoos, they have to be somewhere where it's not really like noticeable, or like you wouldn't be able to see it from day to day. Like, I would have to point it out. But I'd like easily cover up. So definitely a sunflower tattoo I want to get, and a bow and arrow. And once I get them, then I like kind of do like what the symbolism is to me behind them. As of now, I'm not really wearing any of my piercings, but the most I've ever had was 13. And now I think I'm down to like 7 or 8. Yeah, 7 or 8. Next is, what's your favorite movie? I don't have one specific favorite movie, but I do enjoy Marvel movies. And anybody who's close to me knows Marvel is that is my favorite. Like, oh my God. So the top of the list would definitely be Avengers Infinity War, Black Panther. I love Iron Man movies. I don't enjoy the second one though. I like the first and the third one. And yeah, so basically any Marvel movie though, like, I will watch. Like, if you want to get me to come somewhere, just make it Marvel. So I will come, whether it's at your house, the movies. Like, I love Marvel. So that, and I would say that I enjoy Transformer movies. The first 2. The third one was okay, and then kind of fell off with like the others. Sometimes people just don't know when to stop movies, but yeah, definitely like the first and the second. Third one was good as well. Next is, what's your favorite social media? And I typically just get on 4. I get on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram, and that's about it. Sorry about that. Next is, who is your celebrity crush? And I know he's a little old, but Robert Downey Jr. is my crush. I love him in Iron Man movies. I loved him in Sherlock Holmes. He is just like, everybody who knows me knows he's my husband. He just doesn't know it yet. But yeah, he's my celebrity crush. Next is, what's one thing you're good at? I am good at getting what I want when I want it. I am good at finessing. And I'm not saying that to be cocky. I'm saying that anybody who knows me knows I can be in the tightest of situations, and I will manage to get through it no matter what. I don't stop. I'm very determined. I'm determined when I was determined to get my degree. I'm determined when it came to these apartment issues that I had, and roommate issues, and basically anything. You give it to me, it will get taken care of, and that's just the type of person I am. I get it from my mama. But yeah, so I'm very determined, and that's something that I'm really good at. Next is, what are your goals? So I have a lot of goals. As far as my career path, I am trying to narrow down what path I want to go on per se, because I got my bachelor's of science in kinesiology, which is a very broad field. So I can become a physical therapist, I could become a nurse practitioner, or I could become a physician assistant. Excuse me. So for me, it's deciding where I want to go, because I enjoy being physical as well as being in a hospital setting. So what I was thinking, and I'm trying to narrow down, is, do I want to do something as far as nurse practitioner and physician assistant, and then I can be like a personal trainer on the side, or like, I'm trying to narrow that down still. And I know that I'm young, so I still have time to decide, or it's trial and error. But yeah, so those are my goals as far as career. And then as far as YouTube, my goal is to create a community where we can talk about anything. And most things that people don't typically like to talk about. So, I want to be able to talk about natural hair. And for the most part, I'm not like super strict when it comes to my hair. Like, I do what works for my hair. So, I'm not saying I'm putting dangerous chemicals in my hair, because that's not what I'm doing. But I don't stick to like, the rules of like everything has to be super natural, can't have any type of chemicals in it. And like, that's not me, Like, I grew up on like pink lotion and like grease for greasing your scalp, So like, those are types of things that sometimes I use. So I want to be able to talk about that. As far as fitness, I'm still working on being consistent. So that's also, what do you do when you have more than one cheat day? Or do you give up? Or no, you don't. You keep going. But I feel like a lot of times people use the fact that they may have had one wrong meal as a reason to just stop the diet or the lifestyle altogether. So I want to be able to talk about fitness, and I also want to be able to talk about life in general as far as transitions in your life, and when you don't get a job, or when you don't know what to do, what way to, like, what your path is, or like, so I just want to be able to have an open discussion about those types of things. And not even, it doesn't have to even just be about me. The comment section is for you also. When you have things you want to talk about, feel free to talk amongst each other, and email me about anything you want to talk about and you don't want to leave as far as a comment. So yeah, those are some of my goals. And also, as far as my life, I want to work on building strong friendships and relationships with the people that I already have in my life, and building new friendships, because growing up, I won't say that I was super antisocial, but I kind of stuck to myself a lot. And I feel as though as I've been growing up now and getting older, I see that it's important to have people in your circle. So I do have my best friend, my person, Devontae, and I do also have my friend Chantel. But I would also like to, not necessarily, I'm not a person who needs like 30 plus friends, but I feel as though, sometimes they may be busy, and then it's kind of like I am just bored. I don't have anything to do. And yeah, I can go and pick up and go to the gym and stuff like that, but I also want to be able to have other people I can have conversations with. And, I have a strong relationship with my family, but it can always be improved. So yeah, those are things that I want to work on as far as my goals. Next is, what is the first thing you notice about people? I notice people's energies and their vibes, and those are things that are very important to me, because I am not one for the drama, and that also follows for this YouTube channel. We're going to keep it positive here, but I am not one for drama. So my first conversation with you, if I feel as though, it's a lot of negativity, chances are we will not talk again. I feel as though a lot of times people hang around people who always talk bad about others. And for me, if you don't like somebody, then you might as well just stop being around them. Don't talk about them behind their back. And you could just eliminate it all by just not being there, being around them. So I feel as though, I want to surround myself with positive, chill people. And my best friend, he is the most chill person ever. I'm the more optimistic one out of us, but he still is like very goal oriented and very positive, and he works on it on a daily. So like, me and him, we complement each other. I'll say, like, we make each other better. So like, we feed off each other's energies and vibes, and like, I feel like that's important. You should be able to be around people who help to boost you up, not tear you down. So yeah, him, and then my friend Chantel and I, we kind of like, we seen each other since freshman year, and it wasn't until this year that we actually became like close friends. But like, when we did, it was another type of friendship where it felt like I knew her forever. And in the same way went for Devontae. It's kind of like we met, and it felt, even though it's been like 4 years now, when we've met, it felt like 4 years. It felt like 5 years. It felt like we knew each other forever. And those are the type of relationships that I strive for, like, where you can be super comfortable with the person and be able to do multiple things with that person, So that's the type of people and the type of company I want around me. And lastly is, what's your biggest fear? And my biggest fear is not being successful. Whatever successful means to me. and whatever I find out that it means to me. But I want to be able to show the outcome of all the work that I put in, and be able to not only make myself proud, but make my family and friends proud, because I have an amazing support group, and I want to be able for them to see the outcome of all of this, So for me, I have to be successful. I do not ever want to be broke again. I cannot be broke again. Like, I'm too expensive. So I need to be successful, and I also mean, and for me, success also means being happy. So I don't focus as much on money as I do on happiness, because I feel as though when you're happy, everything else follows. And that's something that I also work with as far as with close relationships with my friends, because my best friend, we see things differently when it comes to that, but as we've been around each other more, it's kind of like I see his perspective, he sees mine, and I feel like it's very helpful. So yeah, I feel as though success is important to me, and that's why I work so hard. And yeah, so that's the end of the Get to Know Me Q&A. Please feel free to leave any questions that you have below in the comment section. If you don't feel comfortable with leaving it in the comments, you can also email me. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.